Can you feel the tension? You know what's coming up next, don't you? You all know what's coming up next. What can I... My cock. That's always coming up, but I'm trying to keep it down. So, what can I tell you? I'm excited. I'm standing backstage and I'm all jittery. It looks like I've taken a little bit of crack. I haven't. I'm just excited. It's the moment we've all been waiting for. What can I tell you? I read this guy's book about 2 years ago, and this is some of the most powerful shit I've read. The guy's mind-blowing. He's got a radio show. He's been all over the place. He's got crazy fans. He's amazing at what he does. He loves helping people as well. He just like Dave, this guy will go on for hours and hours, even if it's like one person or 100 people. He doesn't give a shit. He'll stand there and he'll help people and help them and just keep. And he loves this stuff. He's passionate about it. He changed my life. He's changing everybody's life in the room and thousands of people. And he's amazing. I'm really happy. He's like Dave. I consider him one of my mentors. I love the guy. Please go crazy for Roger Currie.
Thank you, Sasha. Wait a minute. What am I sub-communicating to you? I just had to throw that out there. That was fucking me up. I'm sorry, Bob. No, that's not going to be a running joke throughout my... I'm glad that you guys are here. I'm excited to be here. You've heard a number of speakers. Some of them are going to say things similar to me. Some of them say things that are contrast to me. You know, I never tell anybody, just focus on mode one. Just focus on what I say. I think, you know, you are an intelligent young man. You will decipher what's logical to you, what's valid to you. All I know is that, and I've been saying this term all weekend, that social programming fucks a lot of us up. This whole, we got to be this nice guy, we got to be this gentleman. How many in here consider themselves nice guys? Raise your hand. Okay. How's that working out for you? That's what I thought. How many guys have had numerous women say, God, you're such a sweetheart, you're a perfect gentleman. How's that working out for you? Yeah, I once watched this movie where they drank this liquid. Something was in the liquid that made people less inhibited. And as a result, they were in this high-class restaurant, and once all these men and women drank this liquid, guess what? They essentially just start fucking on the dance floor. Serious, right there in the restaurant, they just start fucking. Now, on one end, I don't think we want to be in a society where if we walking down the street, people just fucking. But the reality is, at our core, we have a raw animal instinct. We want to eat. When our stomachs start growling, we want to eat. You know? And when our hormones get to kicking in, when we get horny and our dicks get hard, we want to fuck. But yet, social programming says that no, they teach us the right way to act in right situations. And I'm not saying that's all detrimental. In some cases, yeah, it is a good thing to know how to act where, you know. But at the same time, most of us guys have had so many, as I call them, layers of this social programming to the fact that our real core self, that raw animal instinct, is got all this shit just piled up on it, and it can't get through. Or you're reluctant to bust through it. And it's a bunch of bullshit. Let me ask any guy in here, do you, when you talk to one of your close male friends, do you have to think of what to say? Is there any time when you think, damn, I'm going to call my boy Frank. Damn, I don't know what to say, though. Wait, how should I say this? Okay, do you want to play basketball? No, that's wait. Basketball is a good game. Anyway, the history of basketball. Damn, I'm stressing out. You just pick up the fucking phone and call your boy and say, hey, man, you want to play hoops? But yet, when we want to talk to women, all of a sudden we get freaked out. I did when I was young. Oh, damn, what should I say to her? You know, oh, wow, should I say it this way? Will that be received in the most appropriate manner? And what I came to realize was that was a bunch of bullshit. And that's why I asked you guys who are the nice guys. See, here's what was happening to me, and some of you have heard this a number of times. I tend to repeat myself quite a few times. But I got to a point where I realized that the women who were giving me all the compliments and saying, Alan, you know, he's a great guy, he's a nice guy, when none of them sucking my dick, when none of them riding my dick. I wasn't fucking none of them. But yet the women who were like, oh, Alan, you can be an asshole, Alan, you can be cocky, Alan, you're full of yourself, basically criticizing me, was ringing my phone off the hook. So that led me to believe compliments basically don't mean shit in terms of they do not represent interest. A woman can compliment you all day. That don't mean she want to date you, and that don't mean she want to fuck you. Just means you make her feel comfortable in your presence. You're adhering to all her social programming expectations. She can predict your behavior as a result, and that makes you a nice guy. But see, when you start exhibiting behavior that's unpredictable, that she doesn't have that mental, as I call it, her mental file cabinet card, all women got it. We do too. You know, we pull out the card, somebody says, hello. Pull out the card, hello. How was your day? Oh, it was fine. How's the kids? Oh, the kids are great. Hey, young lady, I want to put my dick in your mouth. Whoa, shit. Where's that? You're an asshole. Shit, I got to find the car. I got to stall while I find the car. You're a jerk. Where's that card at? He said he wants to put his dick in my mouth. Ain't no car for that. That's unconventional behavior. But that's real behavior. Half the time I don't use these things, but Sasha teases me so much because I'm long-winded that I only put together PowerPoints to keep myself on track, so I won't talk for 13 hours. It all starts, what do you want? What do you want? Can that be sub-communicated sometimes? I guess. You see me going like this? You assume I got to use the bathroom, but I'd say it's simpler to just say, where's the fucking bathroom? I got to go. What do you want? Everybody wants something. It kills me when I hear guys, both men and women, saying, I'll say, ask a friend, why were you talking to that young lady? Oh, I didn't want anything. I was just talking to her. That's some bullshit. What the fuck? Who does that? Just talks to people for no reason. Hey, why are you picking up that bottle? Well, I don't know. No reason. I didn't want anything. I would just go around picking up water bottles for no reason. You always want something. You always want something. Tangible, intangible. It might be, I want to hear his sense of humor. I want to hear that best joke he got. I want to be entertained. That's what I want. With him, I might want $100 from him. Him, I might want the wisdom of how the expertise he has maybe on changing my engine oil or something. But you always have a motivation. We as human beings, we're always motivated for something. Dating relationships. The reason why you are approaching a woman, usually, unless she's some woman who can help you change your engine oil or something, is because you want to have sex with her. It's just a matter in what context. Long-term monogamous sex, long-term non-monogamous sex. We all want female companionship. All single heterosexual men want female companionship. Anybody in here do not want female companionship? I would have beat your ass if you want to raise your hand. Yes, nah, ain't nobody in here. Who wants platonic female companionship? Raise your hand. Who wants? Do you want to go out to like a nightclub bar and say, hey, damn, dude, I'm looking to meet some new platonic friends. Damn, look at her over there. Oh, shit, yeah, I want her to be my platonic friend. Hey, can I ask you your name? What is it, Lisa? You want to be my platonic friend? You ever go scoping out to get a platonic friend? You raise your hand.
Nah, but sometimes friends that you haven't been with can introduce you to friends of theirs that you want to be with.
Oh, I won't deny that. I won't deny that. But you just said it yourself, though. Ultimately, you're using them almost like a wing woman to get you. That's not the destination. You just looking for a means to an end. That's not the destination. Very few men, that's one of the differences. Now, women, many times, they will seek out platonic male friends. They like to be entertained. You know, if some guy fucks them, ain't called them back, they want somebody to be a listening ear. You know, that guy, Jared, he's such an asshole. Billy, are you still listening? Yeah, he is an asshole. Yeah. He's a jerk. You shouldn't go out with guys like that. He was fucking my mouth, right? And I said, please don't come in my mouth. He came in it anyway. He's such an asshole. Knowing good and well that Jared is being this listening ear. Is Jared going to ever get the pussy? Raise your hand if you think Jared going to get the pussy. Jared ain't going to get the pussy. The guy she called an asshole, I guarantee you he will fuck her again. He will fuck her again. Men don't seek out platonic. Most of the women I became platonic friends with was usually women I started out trying to date or fuck. And it didn't work out. And we just kept running into each other. I said, well, shit, you know. Or women I might have went to junior high, high school with, you know, we just developed relationships years ago. But I don't think any man actively, consciously goes out for platonic female companionship. You want women laughing at your corny jokes, or you want a woman sucking your dick? Between those two, raise your hand if you want to laughing at your jokes. That's cute. Now, a lot of people have felt like I'm kind of attacking humor, and I'm not. Like, for example, right now, you guys, I'm saying different things, you guys are laughing, but it's not my objective to come up here and be funny. It's my objective to come up here and share my experiences and share wisdom. So when you're talking to a woman in the context of you just, say, expressing your interest, she just happens to laugh at something you say, you know, that's not anything wrong with that. What I'm talking about, though, is when you specifically, like, say, before you hook up with Denise, you say, okay, wait, I got the one rabbit joke story, and then I got, you know, the friend, he hit the popcorn bottle over my head story. Don't do that shit. Don't, please. Ain't nothing about a woman's funny bone connected to her pussy getting wet. Let me ask somebody, have you ever had a woman, like within a 5-10 minute span, be bending over, cracking up laughing, and then right after that say, ooh, shit, you got my pussy wet? Has that ever happened? I've never experienced that. I would like somebody to enlighten me if they've known that to happen. But I've never been with a woman where she's like, oh, Allie, you are so funny. Oh, my God, stop. Oh, shit, you got my pussy wet. There's a time for laughter, but don't make that your objective, having a woman laugh at you, because going back to that platonic thing, that's what they want platonic friends for. Most women, if you notice, I guarantee you pay attention to this, most women rarely have platonic friends who have boring personalities. They're usually guys who are reasonably funny and, again, willing to be that listening ear. Listening ear. Do you want to be a woman's dependable listening ear or a woman's dependable orgasm partner? A lot of guys tell me, they say, man, I was talking to, you know, Janet on the phone for 3 hours. I am in there. Yeah. I did my phone close. And then I was on the phone. Well, what were you talking about? Oh, yeah, she was telling me about Biff. You know, he used to fuck her from behind and shit, and she didn't like the way he slapped her ass. And I was like, yeah, that guy's an asshole for slapping you on the ass. I want to just softly caress it, and God, I think I'm in there. We're having the second conversation. Well, she started telling me about Biff again, and she was talking about how when she sucks his dick, you know, it like starts choking her. And, you know, I was telling her it's not that bad. Women will talk to you for hours about shit that ain't got nothing to do with them being interested in you. Talk to you about you don't have to be other guys. It could be draperies, their dog, what their dog did, whatever. Women, a lot of times I've had women confess to me, a lot of women like talking to men more than they do their girlfriends. You don't want to be a male girlfriend. It's the worst thing you could be. As I was mentioning, different types of sex you want. You know, this is the dumbest thing that kills me when I hear from women. When women say, you know what pisses me off about men is that all they think about is sex or all they want is sex. Duh. Oh, okay, let me ask you guys this question. Think about all the women you're attracted to physically. You thought about dating them. You thought about having sex with them. And now, just think of one thing different. All of a sudden, instead of a vagina, they got a dick. How's your behavior change? I mean, of course we want sex. That's why we have penises and women have vaginas. It's because we want sex. That's what dating is about. And it made me feel good because, you know, a lot of people try to get religious and conservative with me. But I was actually in a church in Los Angeles where the preacher even said, God did not put man and woman on earth to be platonic friends. Yeah, seriously. Preacher said that. When he said that, I've quoted him since, obviously, here. I ain't never let that quote. Because I feel like if a man of the cloth is telling you, basically, you're here to fuck. You ain't here to watch reruns of, you know, Magnum P.I. together. That's what it's all about. I mean, of course, you want to enjoy other moments. I'm not saying you're going to spend 24/7 having sex. But it's just like the reason you have a job is because you want a paycheck. There's other benefits and perks of having a job. But would you show up for work if you weren't getting paid? Anybody? It's ultimately about I said it yesterday with Gordon Gekko. He said, all the business is all about the bucks. Everything else is just mere conversation. Dating and relationships is all about sex. Everything else is mere conversation. Some people want long-term non-monogamous. That would be like an open relationship. Anybody would desire an open type relationship? Okay, got a few hands. That's becoming more and more popular. The formal term is polyamorous dating. You'd be surprised. There's more women who are down for that than some guys would think. Short-term monogamous. That's what a guy is called, instead of being called a womanizer. How many of you heard the term serial monogamous? That's what a serial monogamous is. He's the guy, he doesn't have multiple partners. He just dates Linda for 3 months, fucks her. Then he dates Janet for about 4 to 6 months. And, you know, that's what some guys want. That's what some women want. Then short-term non-monogamous. Now, honestly, this is, women are probably most resistant to this of all the 4 different types of sexual relationships you can have, because women don't really like temporary short-term dick. If women want to be sexually satisfied, they want to be sexually satisfied over and over and over again. They don't want to be made to come and then just easily dismissed. Stop suppressing your natural born sex appeal. Some guys think that I'm not sexy. Oh, well, some guys were born with charm and sex appeal. We all were. We all were. At our core, we all have everything we need to attract the opposite sex. it would be a cruel joke of humanity if we were just put on this earth without the tools to reproduce ourselves. But again, that social programming starts coming over us, getting layered and layered, and that's what drowns out our natural born sex appeal. Every guy in here, trust me, you have it. Real confidence and a secure ego intimidates others and makes them feel uncomfortable. We're talking about friends, platonic friends. I had one female friend. And I would always, see, that's talking about being funny. I would always be funny with her. And I remember one time I was in her presence, and I just wasn't in the mood to be funny. And I gave her this really pensive, direct eye contact. And she couldn't handle it. She stepped back. She's like, whoa. And I looked at her like, what's up? She said, Alan, when you're very serious and you give me that deep stare, she said, your presence becomes exceptionally intimidating. What a lot of us learn is not to make that happen. And I think in the long run, that acts as a disservice to us. That's when we start being this nice guy. Because we learn that when we be in our real selves and we got that underlying raw animal instinct and our real confidence and a secure ego, that we would make a lot of people, and primarily women, feel uncomfortable. You yawning or you got your hand up? Okay. Write that down if you need to.
Could you just repeat what it says? I can't see it.
You said what?
Could you just repeat what it says?
Oh, okay. Stop trying to get every woman you meet to like you. That's when you're on your way to being perceived as Mr. Nice Guy, and you just inviting women to put you in the friend zone. Is when you are just all about getting a woman to like you.
Those people that would be intimidated by that, you just ignore those people and just live your life and do it.
Exactly. Yep, you answered your own question.
Because I agree with that.
I definitely think that's true. I think other fellas don't like it if they see you doing well, and you get a lot of criticism from women too. I definitely get a sense of that. It's when you kind of want to be liked and you turn that on, you realise that you lose some people that are around you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was having dinner last night with some of the guys, and I told one guy a quote that I read from Eddie Murphy. Matter of fact, he has two quotes relevant to what I've been talking about. One, he said, the irony of trying to be liked is the more you try to be liked, in the long run, the less you are liked. Because you start trying to please both sides of the fence. For example, you try to please the guys who use cocaine and the guys who don't. You know, the guys who physically abuse women and the guys who don't. The vegetarians and the meat eaters. You can't please everybody. When you're being your natural self, somebody's going to fucking dislike you. I mean, that's just real. If your natural thing is, I'm against the use of illegal drugs, then obviously people who are in favor of them are not going to like you. You know, there's people who don't like me because of Mode 1. And surprisingly, you find this surprising, I probably would estimate I have a higher percentage of guys that dislike me more than women. Seriously, a lot of guys, some guys that I've talked with, they are so used to trying to lie their way into a woman's pants, trying to bullshit their way into a woman's pants. And for those that is working to a fair degree, they don't want a philosophy like this coming along change. I had a guy, I was telling a few of the guys, I did a presentation in Chicago. Funniest thing, this guy comes up to me, tall black guy in this all leather suit, and he has this buddy. You ever seen a guy who has a buddy as their personal yes man? This guy comes to me, he says, hey, man, I want to tell you, that was a pretty cool presentation, but you going to fuck up the game. And this little bitch was like, yeah, you going to fuck up the game. Then he was like, man, I got hoes all over Chicago. Yeah, he got hoes all over Chicago. He said, man, you talking about this honesty? Now you telling me with all my 13 hoes that I got all thinking they my girlfriend, I'm supposed to tell them I'm fucking other women? I was like, yeah. He said, man, that's fucked up, man. Yeah, that's fucked up. I said, dude, I ain't going to tell you to change your behavior, but I'm going to tell you, don't fancy yourself a pimp or a player, because you're not. What pimp is lying to their hoes? Anybody know a pimp that lies to their hoes? I ain't never heard of that. That's like an oxymoron. No true player lies to women. They might not necessarily volunteer the information, but when asked, they ain't going to lie about it. I've never, personally, I always let women know I'm fucking other women. I ain't never tried to do that thing where I'm fucking 3 different women and leading them all 3 to believe they're my exclusive girlfriend. No. If they ask me, I tell them, yes, I'm fucking. I ain't going to give them names and shit. Hey, yeah, I'm fucking Denise Jackson down the street. Because that woman might go and beat her ass. But, no, I was telling some of the guys, here's a little tip if you don't know. A lot of women, that enhances your appeal. Guys have this thing where they think, oh, if I let them know I'm this womanizer, women are going to... Man, every time I've been in a stretch where I was a serious womanizer, I had pussy just being thrown at me like Frisbees. Alan, I can't believe you're fucking all these women. You're just fucking my whole dormitory. Did you know I'm now in room 213 now? I moved. You can come by anytime. That's what they're doing. I mean, because when you're fucking other women, it tells women you're desirable to other women. Otherwise, you wouldn't be fucking other women. Lets them know you're doing something right in the bedroom. Those are all bonus points. The only reason why they try to act like they don't like it is because they're selfish. And I ain't mad at them for that. Women, I mean, we as men, we have our egos and we're territorial, but women are very territorial. They don't, most women, unless the really open-minded ones, they don't want to share dick. They do not want to share dick. That's why they like relationships. They don't want to share dick. I used this analogy yesterday, I think. When you need to go to the men's room, do you try to hold it in while you attempt to get others to like you? Would anybody in here, if they had to use the bathroom, be like, damn, I got to use the bathroom, but dude, he might think I got a bladder problem or something. I don't want him to think that, so I don't know. I'm just going to sit here and suffer because, man, he might think. You are going to get up and use the bathroom. When you're hungry, do you go to a restaurant and attempt to get the chef and the waitstaff to like you? I mean, yeah, you might be pleasant with them to a degree. But the bottom line is, when you're hungry, you want your stomach filled. All the other stuff is mere conversation. It's all about getting your stomach filled. It ain't about leaving there, the restaurant, winning the Mr. Popularity. Women can like you, but never choose to have sex with you. How many guys can think of at least 5 women they know that like them? Raise your hand. Dang, there's some guys not raising their hand. All the women don't like it. No, but let me ask you, would you say an above average percentage of those women who like you, have you fucked them? Oh, okay, we got a couple. Was that your specific objective, those who just raised their hand? To be liked? Or is that just a byproduct? Okay. Yeah, women can like you, but there's no direct connection to them wanting to have sex with you. On the flip side, women can think you are an ass or a jerk and still want you to fuck them. How many guys have you either known personally or you just are casually acquainted with that was always being called an asshole, a jerk, egomaniac, but he was still getting a lot of pussy? Raise your hand. see that happen all the time, including with myself. Just because a woman call you asshole. See, number one, both of those terms are highly subjective. What the fuck is a jerk? I mean, seriously, if you go to the dictionary, it ain't going to say like something real specific like, well, a jerk is someone who shows up for late 3 times a week and misses 2 child support payments and hasn't had a job for 6 months. That's a random, subjective, similar to us calling a woman a bitch. Asshole. When you usually call them names, it's because, again, social programming. You're not adhering to the social programming that women want you to and expect you to. So quite naturally, anything that goes against their expectations, what they may be accustomed to, you are an asshole or a jerk.